Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite baby girl Gina Daniel, and this is Gina Daniel TV. So to my old and returning subscribers, you're highly welcome. I love you guys, I value you. Thank you so much for always tuning in to this channel. And our first time subscribers, hopefully you're going to be subscribers at the end of this video or right now actually. So to our new comers, you're all welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about double standards we use while raising children, boys and girl children, and how that affects us in society. This is going to be something inspirational, and what we're talking about. It's going to be life transforming basically, so keep on watching. Let's get right into the video. So you know how God has given us this responsibility of raising children, raising up godly children, godly fruit in society, and how family is like the basic, most important unit when it comes to the outcome of a child, how a child turns out in the society, and how we are trivializing or making mistake when we're raising up children. So you see someone that has male and female children and you're raising them differently. You raise the boys to be all carefree, they behave anyhow. Then you raise the girls to be like, you're training them to be the perfect wife. For who? For who exactly are you raising the girl to be a perfect wife for? When you're not even training the male children to their counterpart who are going to eventually get married to be the perfect husband. That doesn't make any sense to start with. So we'll actually use double standard. If we can just use half the energy we use in raising girl children to put that in the male children, do you know how awesome society is going to be? I'm a girl, of course, so when I was growing up, the rules, the principles are so many. Don't do this, don't do that. You know, you're a girl, you have to be like this. All aimed at getting married and just basically being the perfect wife. When my younger brothers were not actually given all these numerous rules, they were just basically chilling. So it happens both in the family, both in the churches, and basically society. We allow men go away with boys and go away with a lot of things. We're not preparing them to be that perfect husband, which you're preparing the girl child to be. That's just something. That's just crazy. So I grew up in an Anglican background, Anglican church. From around 2-3 years, you're going to join, as a lady, you're going to join the Girls Guild, Gigi, as they call it. Then, when you get to late teens, when you're around 16, 17, you're going to have to join the Daughters of Hope as a girl child. And these organizations, these church clubs or church groups are just aimed at being encouraging girls to be the perfect wife, to be good mothers in society, which is so good. I learned a lot of things from those groups by being members and executives in those groups. I learned so much, you understand, which has helped me, which is helping me in my home today. But what about the male counterparts? They were just basically chilling. There's no such group like that for boys in Anglican church. What they have is Boys Brigade, which they join around anytime from I think 10, 11. They join the Boys Brigade, which is basically where they teach them how to do march past and other paramilitary trainings. So you're not teaching them this thing. In Girls Guild, they're teaching them how to cook, how to clean, how to do juices, how to be a good wife, a virtuous woman, qualities. Just basically being a very good woman. You understand? But the male, you're teaching them how to do march past, paramilitary training. Is that what is going to help them in marriage? Of course, they will have youth, AYF, Anglican Youth Fellowship, and other this thing. But we're also going to join the Anglican Youth Fellowship. Yes, they do a lot of trainings in Anglican Youth Fellowship. But we are also there. So we are getting the GG training, we're getting Daughters of Hope training, we're also getting the same youth training that the guys are also getting. That doesn't make any sense at all. Let's talk about how a girl is being introduced into sex education, or you're trained all those sex tips of how to behave and how what not to do as a child. Okay, don't talk to this person. No, if you talk to somebody, you're going to get pregnant. Oh, if you do this one, you're going to do this one. Oh, if you don't get pregnant, don't bring shame to us. Then the boys, you don't tell them anything about sex. You don't teach them anything about sex. Our mothers and our fathers don't really teach us anything about sex in our own generation. They just allow the boys to be basically growing up and enjoying their life, while the girls are telling them, be careful. If you touch anybody, you'll get pregnant. If you look this one, you do this one. If you greet any boy, you're going to get pregnant. And all those funny, but those things that we used to believe that they were true. Then the guys are basically just chilling and being free. Then we fear why men are not responsible when they grow up. Do you expect them to be responsible after with the training you've given to them? They don't have any sexual orientation and of sense of responsibility that sex is not something you just do anyhow. Okay, because the lady is going to your child is going to get pregnant and she'll be the one carrying the pregnancy for 9 months and bringing shame to the family. So you feel like that one needs to be trained, and every boys to not protect women. Why can't you tell the child, oh, I have this friend, she was like, she trained her son, never you raise any hand on your sister. Your work is to protect her, and that's the right thing to do. Your work is to protect your sister. Don't go around beating your sister, because that's how it starts. When you start beating your sister, then you start beating other persons in your class, then you start beating. So we shouldn't be surprised when domestic violence is prevailing. It's always easier to train a child, and this responsibility that God has given to us, let's not take it for granted. The thing is, when you're raising a boy child, try to raise them to an equal standard. Okay, what about chores? You raise the child to be a good wife. She should cook, she should clean. A man should have to be able to cook food for himself, clean for himself, wash his own clothes. So why do we make it look like it's a girl? You see a child in the house, everybody will eat food. Only the child has the responsibility of washing all the dishes. And there's no point in any that you say the boy child should wash them. And when you even tell them, because if you really raise them wrong, he says, but mommy, I'm not a girl now. Wow. The point of this video is to tell we moms, new moms, more people are still having children now, that those children are in that age where they can be trained, where their minds can still be walked around, that train them well, train them with a sense of responsibility for both gender, because he's going to eat food when he grows up, and he needs to cook those food by himself. And he should be able to cook food for himself and wash his own clothes for himself. You understand? So that's the whole point of this video, where we raise children at that early stage, and don't make these things look like a gender-based, oh, this role is for this particular gender, washing plates for this particular gender, washing clothes for this particular, house chores for this particular gender, and you leave the other gender free, carefree, with no responsibilities. Most times we're raising men who don't have any responsibility. All they know is, okay, I'm just going to have a job and pay bills, and that is just my own job as a man. But no, because these people are going to get married. Because when you get married, a man needs to know how to take care of his wife. Yes, he has to provide financially. He also has to know how to provide based on the seasons that the family goes through. So when a wife is pregnant, he should be able to know how to come in, the needs of his wife. These are things that we're teaching them at a very early stage. The needs of a pregnant woman, the needs of a nursing mother. Oh yes, there's going to be a mugo, but still, how you can support emotionally, how you can satisfy your wife sexually. Most times, as a lady, your parents are already teaching you to take care of your husband, your children, satisfy your husband sexually, but no one is satisfying their wife. A statistic shows that about 90% of married women, have never climaxed. They've never had orgasm by their husband. Like, can you imagine? Look at that lad. Even if we say 70%, like, that's crazy. But as a woman's job, your job is to make sure your husband is sexually satisfied. Why is not your husband's job to ensure that he finds way to sexually satisfy his wife? Why? We're taught as women, oh, satisfy your husband so he doesn't look outside, he doesn't do anything, so that he will still, because you've not trained him to be disciplined about sex. Yes, there's a place of also the word of God in training the child. and sexual purity. But ideally, when you've not also taught him how to satisfy his wife, or if that's an uncomfortable situation for a parent to have with their male child, what about the church? What about society? What about institutions? Can't they teach these things the way Girls Guide and Daughters of Hope teach these daughters how to satisfy their husband, how to be good wives? Why can't they also teach these things? We need to do better, We new moms, we mothers of the next generation, we have to do more, better than what our parents did for us and what our grandparents did to our parents. So it's good because it's going to ever continue to be a cycle if we don't stop that now. Someone says doing something the same way and expecting a different result is madness. So if we continue to raise our children the way our parents raised us, we won't get any different result from what our parents gave us. So it's time for us to start training our children better, giving them more in terms of these gender roles. Because even now, women are working, women are providing in homes, women are doing businesses and doing well. So why should these other roles be left to just women and men? And that doesn't make any sense. It's not fair. So the whole essence of this video is for us to just basically do better, do more, because that's what God has called us to do. In Proverbs, when the father was talking to the son, he always said, "My son, listen to my words. My son, my son, my son." Although yes, son there could be generic, meaning he's talking to both daughters and men. But at times when he was specific about the boy, the son, listen to him as regards maybe a certain strange woman, a harlot, a promiscuous woman. So that was basically him talking to a man, a male gender in that Proverbs. So why are we not giving sons instruction anymore? Now all the instructions goes to a child, a girl child. You should give men instruction, give your boy child instruction, just like Proverbs did. Yes, warn him against the promiscuous woman. If you have a son or sons, this is a call to you to do more, to do better than our parents did. Yes, we have so many amazing men that have been raised, and of course, nobody is perfect, but majority of them have issues. They don't know, really, in fact, they don't really know how to support their wives. They don't know how to be there for their wives. They don't know how to, meet up with the standard. Most of them are half-baked. Even some of them are unbaked to start with. So we can actually do more. So train them better. Train them to be more responsible in the home. Responsibility starts from the home. Charity begins at home. Start now to teach them how to be responsible as a young member of the family. He has to have duties. He has to have chores in the house. Just like everybody has. Mom has her own chores. Dad has his own chores. The girl has her own chores. The boy child should also have his own chores in the house. Something he should do when he wakes up in the morning. Something he should be able to contribute in the society, in the family. And when he goes to become a teenager, something he can contribute in the school. Something he can do when he becomes an adult. Something that he does, basically a sense of responsibility. Let us not raise men that are not responsible. They just feel like, it's just about providing. They don't know how to give emotional, moral, even verbal support to your wife. We're doing them more harm. So, I hope this video has blessed you. If not subscribed at this point, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. Please click the subscribe button. It's by your right hand side. Yes, my left hand side, but your own right hand side. So click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the post notification bell, the bell by the subscribe button, so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. Of course, before I forget, I want to hear your opinion and thought about this. Feel free to comment in the comment section. Engage. What do you think we should do better? What areas did I not touch that are these double standards? Mention some of the double standards maybe you were raised with, or some of the double standards that you've seen in society, and how that has played out in the family and the society generally. So thank you very much. I would love to read your comments. I would love to reply your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Until I see you in my next video, be kind. Take care of yourself. Be good. Bye. Love you guys.